This week we ask if the Fantastic Four cartoon from the 90s belongs alongside X-Men and Spider-Man, if a Fantastic Four comic book could be as good as a cartoon, and if we're officially done with Cadillacs and dinosaurs. All of that on an all-new episode of The Superhero Show. What's up, nerds? Welcome to the Superhero Show, the only podcast that dives into the insanity of 90s superhero cartoons. This season, we're starting it off, and I'm so excited. We are covering a new show. We are doing the 1994 Fantastic Four. It's fantastic. Can you believe it? It's super and fantastic all into one. That's how much I love it and cherish it. So I'm here with some friends. I'm going to see if they love it. First of all, there's Ryan.
Is this your, Cassie, is this your German accent coming through?
Yeah, this is my heritage. It wanted to break free right now.
The Fantastic Four to let that happen. That's great.
Yeah. Doesn't that make sense?
Spence?
Schwintz. Mr. Schwintz. Mr. Schwintz, aka Mike, is here.
Y'all know me as Mr. Schwintz. That's my MC name. I don't know how well it bodes that there's a word Cassie can't say, and it happens to be the name of the show we're going to be covering for the next 26 episodes.
Hey, buddy, she nailed 4. That though.
Hey, I can count to at least 5, so that's huge. But yeah, fantastic. It is a bummer.
Are you sure it's not Schweif?
Schweif. Fantastic Schweif. If we make enough jokes, this is the only way I will say it for the whole season. So be careful. Be careful what we do here, guys. I'm excited to cover this show. Are you guys... I want to get a quick temperature feel. I know we're going to talk into it in depth, but how are we starting with our mindsets with this new series?
I was so excited to be done with Cadillacs and dinosaurs. And I don't know if the quality... it kind of feels like maybe we moved parallel.
You don't think... Oh, okay. Okay, because I had a moment where I paused and I almost stood up because there was like a plot happening. I was seeing storytelling, so I almost I took a victory lap, personally.
I think the unspoken rule is we want it to be good, but then when we choose a show, we also hope that it is bad in particular ways, different ways than Cadillacs and Dinosaurs was. I didn't always enjoy myself while watching the material for tonight's episode, but it has promise of being bad in the right way.
Yeah.
Yes, it is ludicrous and not boring.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It's I want to zoom out a little and start with you, Cassie. What is your history with the Fantastic Four in general? Like as an entity, as an ongoing enterprise?
Yeah, almost like nothing. For some reason, I was never into the Four. And every time, even they were on, I never cared about any of the characters. So they were kind of always a blind spot for me. So coming into this one with an open heart, full eyes, can't lose. I was enjoying my time. But yeah, I didn't have any experience. Did you guys watch this back in the day?
Yeah.
You didn't, right? Oh, you did. Right.
But I remembered so little.
Perfect. Great. Should we dive right in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, episode 1. I want to start. We hit straight into the song. Now, we are coming from songs. I would say we came off of X-Men and Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, which are, I would say, classic bangers. One
Spider-Man.
More than the other.
Don't forget about Joe Perry's Spider-Blood.
Spider-Blood. You're absolutely right. I would say full classic bangers there. This was giving me theater kid banger is what I would call this.
What we did is this is our first regression.
Yeah.
However much the X-Men animated series theme song moved us not just into the 90s, but in the 2000s, 2010s to the 2030s of what music should be and hopefully always will be. Fantastic Four said, let's take a different thing and make a theme song from 1979.
I paused. There's a lot of Fantastic Four cartoons out there. And I paused it halfway through the song and several more times throughout this episode to make sure I was not watching the 60s cartoon. And what it also made me think is the other shows we've done, even Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, were for like 7 to 10-year-olds.
Mhm.
And this show might be for 4-year-olds.
Yeah. They really they're like, hey, here's your characters. Like, even in the theme song, they're like, this dude, stretchy. This girl, invisible. Like,
Do you know what's so messed up and sets the rest of the show? They each, Reed Richards does ba-ba-ba, and Sushi turns invisible. Don't look at women. And the thing he's the only one whose human name does not get mentioned in this song.
Yeah, he's just the thing.
Here's the good news, though. We are doing the class thing, or the thing that's become classic, of we are giving you the origin story
Yes.
at the beginning. So there's no need to start our epic adventure repeating the origin story that we heard in the song already.
Or if you include the song, are we going to get 4 starts to this episode?
Yeah. You know we are. Our first one, we cut from the intro song, told us who all these characters are, and then we go right into battle.
Hell yeah.
Which, rad, great. But then we are seeing everyone like, here's my power and how it helps in battle. So we get like Reed like stretching around somebody.
Somebody. It's Namor the Submariner. Put some respect on his name.
I don't think they ever said that. How would I know that?
Just fucking
You
no.
should know.
Respect.
How long have you been
I don't-
comic book based?
How long have I not
Like,
been able to
let's-
read
we're
on this
all-
earth
Fucking can't read Richards over here.
since day one?
It's not just Namor, but it's Namor with his 90s ponytail, where half of the heroes just got different hair and it was long. Superman's mullet, Thor's long hair. It was a glorious day for those locks.
It's beautiful. I love that I can see a man on screen who just registers as some person, and to you guys, he means everything. And that's beautiful. And that's family coming together to cover a show. So yeah, they're getting straight into a battle. They're fighting Namor. Yeah.
Did you not see Wakanda Forever?
I saw it. Can't tell you much about it because my memory
But
is
he's in
bad.
that. He's like the bad guy. He's the antagonist.
Nice.
Looks a little different.
They just kind of like cut from this little battle. Like there's a whole battle. They call in a sea monster. The thing just punches it, and that's the end of the battle. And then we cut to a Dick Clark telethon. Sure.
This is the second time I paused to double check that I'm not in the 60s. But then I looked up, was Dick Clark a big deal in 1994? He won a Lifetime Achievement Award in 1994. In 1993, he was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and got an Emmy. So guys, in 94, he was still a big deal. So
He's
of course,
big.
the children will love him.
That's what.
Does Lifetime Achievement Award sort of denote that your lifetime is about to be over? So let's give you this award.
Yeah. I'm saying I get the old writers who weren't considered children while making this show.
Right.
Why they would reference him. If they wanted hip, Rosie O'Donnell had a bang and talk show this year where she was flinging koosh balls at the audience.
Dang.
Shit. Yeah, let's keep in mind that every writer of everything basically before 2019 was a old, like middle-aged white dude about to get a divorce. 5 o'clock shadow, Scotch on the breath. That's who wrote everything. And so what we're seeing in all these shows is their childhood, not ours.
That makes sense. Yeah, there's this telethon happening, and it's happening because they are raising funds for education. For college.
Cassie, if you don't pay money to this telethon, I will beat the shit out of you right now. You buy these books or I'll fucking kill you.
This was the craziest intro to the thing. This is his attitude throughout the whole thing. It's fucking crazy.
He is interrupting his comrades
He's the thing,
and
by
found
the way,
family.
not me. It's the thing that said all this.
He's interrupting Dick Clark. The stage manager, Gary, shows up and starts interacting because this guy is so wily. Ryan, how accurate to the comics is this version of the thing?
Okay. Well, I believe very recently, I think on our last episode, I said that the thing was in my top 3 comic book characters of all time.
Mhm.
With Jennifer Walters and Peter Parker. And
I can see why.
the reason
He's a great guy.
The reason why the thing rules is because he has a temper that he might get to if you push him enough. And then he's like funny. Otherwise, he's a great guy. This is the shortest fuse of all. There is no fuse. It's like you build a bomb to go off the second you said, "Oh, I'm done building the bomb," and then it just explodes.
We've been told, and we're jumping ahead a little. They do start to tell their origin again. So that's when we'll get to the fourth start of this episode.
Fantastic fourth.
That was like 7 years ago. So he is just as angry on this talk show as he was the day he got turned into the Thing, to the point that he is tearing their public image apart on air.
It's crazy because, like, when we get 4 versions of their intro, like, I thought they were really going to hit that, like, he's like this because he's so angry that he turned into a rock being, which they kind of do, but it doesn't fully explain it. So this dude is just popping off constantly for, like, I truly don't know why at this point. I was so confused as to why he hates Reed and how smart he is. He absolutely would murder Reed at any second. He's crazy.
He might be the dumbest Adam Sandler character. That's what the Thing is giving. If Billy Madison got hit with a 2x4 a few hundred times, that is the level of intelligence of the Thing.
Absolutely.
And it basically pushes Johnny Storm out of the episode as far as like personality goes, because to have 2 man children if the Thing is going to act like this, then that would just be too much.
When they start off this telethon, they're like, let's entertain the people. You guys tell us how you became the Fantastic Four. So this is when we get the full backstory, how like they were chasing some phenomena in space. They all went up to space in a spaceship. They like interacted with some light force thing.
Very importantly, with an experimental spaceship that had never been tested. And the pilot, Ben Grimm, aka the Thing, said, hey, maybe we wait a second. And arrogant Reed says, no, no, no. And I think if you're not 7, you can be like, oh, I think I might get why the Thing hates Reed.
Hey, Mike, scientific exploration is dangerous. Okay.
You got to take risks
over and over again. Scientific exploration is dangerous.
And being friends or lovers with a bully of an arrogant prick is also dangerous.
Yeah, so when they're in space, and this is where we see, like, they did this thing where what happens to them in the spaceship as, like, it's falling apart is how they, like, what their powers is related to. Like, Sue gets trapped underneath a beam, I think, and it's Reed is, like, reaching for her.
Yes.
So that's how he gets stretchy.
Stretch more.
Yeah.
So is this a genie situation? And Sue gets trapped, obviously, because she's so visible.
Well, yeah. I think if we're doing this, so Reed's is I stretch more. Women are invisible.
Look at the stance Mike's taking.
There's nobody listens to her. Women are invisible. Johnny really is suddenly just the start of it. There's a little bit of turbulence, and then the camera slowly pans. He just goes, "I'm on fire."
It's just like, this is the most like man thing ever. He's just like, I'm on fire, but it doesn't hurt.
You're not handling.
Do I look rad? Someone take a photo. Look at how sick this is. But yeah, he's just on fire, so he gets fire powers. I don't know why the Thing turns into a rock. I don't know how that related to. Oh, he lifted, so he got strong.
He's a strong boy. So do you know what's stronger than being strong? Rocks.
Nice, cool.
All right.
Yeah, he lifts the beam off of Sue. Is there, and I'm jumping ahead here, is there a weird love triangle thing like Wolverine, where the Thing also kind of like Sue?
Let's turn to the expert. I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's truly like we're all Sue's. Johnny's the little brother of Sue.
Yeah.
Literally. And Ben is the older brother of sort of everybody. I don't think he wants to.
We'll get to. I do like in a lot of the comics and this that the one person he clearly respects on the team is Sue.
Yeah.
And even though her husband and little brother on the team, he's the one who's constantly like, let's go
looking
check
out
Susie.
Yeah, looking out for her.
Susie Q.
So they like come back to Earth or whatever. They're all fine.
Took over. It's fine.
Autopilot.
If you were in this whole thing where like there's a genie looking at the cosmic, like what if you were taking a dump at the time? Or what if you were jerking off? You become a big cum shooter?
What a cum.
Why would somebody be jerking off as they're shooting off into space? Who would be doing this?
Off into space, Cassie.
Because nobody else has.
You're so right. Science takes risk, and someone has to do it. They come back to Earth. They find out all their little powers. We then cut to a real life commercial break. We're in the telethon, and Dick Clark is like, "All right, let's go to a commercial," and then we go to a commercial. You guys, crazy. This is
And I can't afford like high class Disney Plus, so I did go to a commercial.
Yeah.
Was it from 1994?
I-
Did you see the Floam?
Plus, get your shit together and give us commercials from whenever the thing originally aired.
That'd be awesome.
That would be, they were so fun back then. We come back from break, and the telethon has broken $1.5 million dollars raised
From
So-
books.
for books that they wrote.
And for.
Which is a book they said they wrote the night before.
Yeah. They're
For the telethon.
they're cleaning up the Scholastic Book Club, and also this book is probably a piece of garbage.
They don't care about people at all. They just put this book together. Yes, out of crayon, like Ryan said. But this sounds great for a book that they just slapped together, but the thing is not happy about it. This is the first time he starts yelling at people to just like take out their wallets and pay money now.
There's a counter, and they just said they're very happy because it hit 1.5 million. He only thinks the people who could and should be buying this book are in this room, and he's furious
Right.
nobody is.
So everyone in the studio audience of like 100 people have raised $1.5 million already, and he wants them to take out their wallets and spend more.
More.
Like, does he think that all this cash is in their wallets?
He does.
dumb.
He does, dude, because later he does like physically threaten people. Everyone just kind of knows he pops off like this. Like even Dick Clark is ready for it, and he's like, "Here, let's cut to a dog doing like something cute to distract." And I'm like, "Okay."
Which nothing enrages him more than because he's like, "I'm done talking about our story because I'm so fucking pissed." And then Dick Clark goes to a dog act, and he's like, "Oh, fucking dog act! Fine, I'll come back, and I'm gonna eat that dog."
The dog. We then we go back to the story. This is when they're figuring out their whole things. And then we cut to them like they're like, "Okay, we have all these powers now. Now we're a crew, and we have to find an apartment. And finding an apartment is very hard."
Look, in New York City, you need a guarantor.
Got it. So it's expensive, and then when you have the thing just constantly yelling while you're looking at houses, people tend to not want to lend the place to you.
Yeah, he's like, "Nobody wants to lend it to us because I'm made of rocks." Like, no, man, because you don't shut the fuck up.
You're an odious creature.
And then in another crazy move, they get this place. It sounds crazy expensive. They're like, "Whatever, it's what we have to do." And then they're immediately just like, "All right, now it's time to go shopping." And like, then we're gonna get a shopping montage, like a crazy
She's like,
moment.
"Did you say shopping?"
Cassie, when it was revealed where they were going to be, and it said that sign, Baxter Building, were you like, "Oh my God, it's the Baxter Building. It's here, guys. We're looking at it."
I was starstruck because we all know the Baxter Building, and we love that.
It's
was
the
huge.
original Avengers Tower, Cassie.
Oh, of course.
It's the. Do you know what that is?
I've never heard of it.
Read a book about a movie.
Maybe one day. We then they're shopping, and then we see a guy on the bridge who's in like a trance. And then we cut to a bald, really creepy looking guy who is holding a doll that looks like that guy, and it's like controlling him.
And he lays it all out. I just saw this guy in the subway, didn't like the way he looked, went home and made a little doll out of my neoclimactic fucking
Mind kinetic clay thing.
kinetic. Yes.
Did he accost you or yell at you? Did he even threaten you with physical violence? I just didn't like the way that this is New York to me. This is how all New Yorkers are if they would have puppet master powers.
So I built a bridge, a little toy model bridge, built this clay man that I can control.
Apologizes for not having enough time to paint it.
He didn't put the love into
Yeah.
it. It's got it. Don't even look at it. He doesn't care about this one.
I'm telling you two right now and recording it for posterity. If you ever see me committing suicide, it's because I was puppet mastered.
Yeah.
Okay? Just know.
He also, when we very quickly after we meet the puppet master, who I don't think gets a name, this blind redhead is like, "Hey, father," weird already. He goes, "I'm not related to you, you fucking whore. You will call me stepfather." And then she does stepfather in a way very reminiscent to 2025, 2026 things.
Cool, Mike. Thanks for that.
I didn't do it.
They did it.
I think this is the first time anyone's ever mentioned Alicia without mentioning that she's blind. So good job on that, Mike. Did you say that she was blind?
I did.
Oh, okay. So I just wasn't. This is the first. I'm a little deaf.
I think that's part of why he hates her.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
for sure. Yeah.
Like, it makes sense that she called him father. If you're blind, you're going to miss a few steps every once in a while.
Ha.
So, what I didn't realize until today is that she's Alicia Masters, right?
Yeah.
So Puppet Masters changed his name to Puppet Master, and that did not connect until today.
It's very good. The Fantastic Four save this guy on the bridge. It's Johnny who ends up saving him, and he's like, "You might be burned a little bit from me grabbing you while on fire, but whatever, you're safe."
Ironically, he can turn the fire off of whatever body part he wants, but why Johnny has to go save him? Because not the only time Reed reaches up like a toddler, trying to get the cookie on the camera.
asking for uppies.
Hey, man, you know your legs work. You could be moving forward.
No, only the
So
arms.
many options, my guy.
He just likes to look like a little toddler every once
And
in a while.
The smartest.
Yeah, that's our brain guy right there. We then go back to the telethon. It reaches 3 million. Thang says it's pretty good, but he can do better by offering his bodybuilding skills to the people. If everyone who donates $1,000 or something, he will become their personal trainer. Is basically what he put on the line.
But you hate what you are
Mhm.
and are only strong because of a mistake your best friend made. What is that? I want to see the workout tapes.
Mike, you know what they say?
Befriend an asshole.
You never work a day in your life.
Because eventually you're going to puppet master yourself off a bridge.
This is the other crazy, like the telethon is fully ready. He starts bench pressing a cameraman like on his little cameraman stage thing, and they just cut away. They're like, all right, let's go to another camera. Go back to the Puppet Master story.
They
So-
cut to the cameraman's camera and just
No,
yes. down.
So then we go back. The Puppet Master was watching the news broadcast and realized that the Fantastic Four are the 4 fantastic people. So he's like, I gotta take them out for my whole master plan to become a reality, basically. So he makes a little puppet of the Thing and then calls the
That
Thing.
one.
Yeah.
Well, he loves the Thing. This weird little rock thing. So he, like, once he has that, he calls to the Thing and he's like, come to my house, come to my apartment, I have plans for you, basically.
Hey guys, listeners, if some creepy bald guy you don't know says, hey, come to my house, I have plans, don't go.
But they can't resist
But
because of the
also,
kinetic clay.
it's a combination because Reed is like, and my lab's all finished. And Thing's just like, hey, yeah, let me check it out. I'm into what you're into. We're best friends. He goes, no, go away. And he's like, what? Aren't I part of the Fantastic Four? And Reed goes, no.
This one's not
Then-
for you.
That's when Puppet Master takes over. So Thing just walks away. And Reed's like, well, you don't have to leave. And then Reed goes to grab him, but he can't reach. He just stands like,
Come back, come back, come back.
And
Yeah, he
Stu was like, somebody's got to follow this asshole. And he's going to just get madder if he sees Reed and Johnny doing it. Also, Reed and Johnny would never.
They would never, dude. They're like, great, somebody else can adopt this guy. Yes, who follows
Cass,
him
you
at
gotta stop saying lowercase t thing when we're talking.
when it's the
Yeah.
yeah, I know it's getting confusing. The Thing goes to the apartment. Sue is following him, but is invisible, so he doesn't get mad. And that's when the Thing comes into the house, and Alicia starts feeling him because she's blind. So she's like, "What is up with your face and your body?" Loves it, super into it. She's like, my God, you're stacked and I can feel that your soul is very kind, which I don't know what she's picking up on because I've seen a monster and a monster only.
Based on how the order of you watching things,
Big capital
you
T
saw-
things.
when you know,
He's going to get so pissed about this. Don't bring out the Thing in him, dude.
every time I get like this, you guys better pull out your wallets and buy books or I'm gonna slam your faces. When you saw the Thing hit the streets in his costume with a hat and trench coat on the streets of New York, were you just like, oh, he's pulling a Raphael?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Raphael, down Yancey Street, I assume. But this came first. The Things, and Raphael's outfit was a reference to The Things, yes?
Yeah, I'm just saying because of the order you watch things, maybe you got confused.
Correct
I
them
want
on
to set you
now.
straight right now.
I either thought it was Raphael or 3 raccoons.
I appreciate
Only
how popular
reference.
you're being right now, and we can move on.
Once they bring in
Cowabunga to all of us, by the way.
Cowabunga, let's rip that gnar and hop back in. They bring the puppet master is like, come on, let's go. And Alicia's like, oh, your other friend is here too. And
Yeah.
at first, puppet master is like, there's no one here, you blind girl. Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But then he's like, wait, you know what? You have been right before. I've learned to trust you. So he puts them in like a little.
He's like, here's just sleep gas.
Yeah. Like the craziest thing to have available to pump through a room. He's like, well, I don't know. Let's
Most
do
New York
this.
apartments, it's actually why they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Mm.
He bought this apartment from Matt Lauer, and so
He puts them in a little tube so they don't get affected by the sleep gas, but Sue does, and once she's asleep, she can't be invisible. So that's when he's like, "Oh my god, what's up?"
yeah, you can be invisible, but if you start going, then people are gonna see where you were at.
They kind of figure it out. Once he sees Sue, he's like, "My god, Alicia looks just like Sue. I will make a human puppet. I'm gonna turn Alicia into Sue." And
Not before I put them both in their nighties.
Yeah, step
Thank
one,
you.
strip my stepdaughter.
Yeah.
The stranger. Chain the stranger to a chair. Put a
The
blonde
chair-
wig on my stepdaughter.
the chair is like an ornate chair, and it is a full like chain, like a metal link chain, and it is a crazy vibe. They are in matching baby doll lingerie, and I'm like, why do you have 2 pairs of these? Why were they readily
What you
available?
both were wearing. I know they were wearing pants.
They look so identical that, of course, they wear the same lingerie as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he puts a blonde wig on her, and he's like, it's perfect. Now I just got to make sure the eyes are right. He puts contacts in there, and he's like, perfect. Put on her outfit. You go with the Thing back to the apartment. The Thing, you take them out once you're back there. And I don't know why she needs to go, because the Thing is just gonna.
And she's not mind controlled. So
Yeah.
even though she is not evil, she's a fucking moron.
Yeah,
If any person was awake and like of their own right mind, they would have said why to any of the perverted parts of the plan.
She
nobody
wants
was there to-
stepdaddy's love so bad.
she's just so desperate for a dad that she'll take this terrible stepfather and will do whatever he says. But she didn't have full instructions, so she does go there. They get in a little scuffle. Like the Thing starts attacking at first Johnny. He just kind of throws Johnny around. And then once he goes to Reed, like they get in a little bit of a battle, and then Reed sprays him with this goo thing, which then makes him.
I don't want to be this guy. We are straight up into episode 2 now.
Are we?
Oh,
Yeah. Because it ends on a to be continued, I think, with him being like, and then you're going to go kill the rest of the Fantastic Four.
well, I'm not even gonna watch
Oh.
episode 2 till next week, so that's why I'm
Gosh.
getting confused.
Yeah, that's why Ryan was quiet there.
This-
Why I was just on my phone texting.
so we don't get to all of that.
But we're cliffhangering way better than this show did.
So we're gonna see what happens. But before we do that, that's while we're on this cliffhanger, let's go to our awards, which we gotta name them for this season. Of course, Cadillacs and Dinos were the Vroomies.
They were.
We have to come. Yeah, dude. Of course they were the Vroomies.
Wait,
No, they were the Dundies.
yeah,
they were the
Dundies.
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 Spider-Man was the Webbies.
Yeah.
Well, they
we'll-
used to be the roomies then.
Yeah.
no explanation. Just
That
no
is up for
reason.
grabs. Jump on it.
Whatever these awards are, you guys want to know who sponsored them, who's bringing them, who's presenting them?
Yes, who could it be?
Guys, cybersprout.net. Have you heard of these dudes?
No, what do they do?
They build beautiful websites.
It's a website.
A website is something you go to on the internet, and it
Like a bank?
lives there. Yeah, it's a bank that's on the internet, and you could go there.
Nothing a sponsor loves more than whatever the fuck Mike's doing right now.
I'm trying to. Hey, I'm just trying to understand what they do.
They build beautiful things, whatever you want it to be. You want them to build a puppet, they'll do it. Cybersprout.net, they won't do that. They only build websites, but they have easy to edit fields, custom templates, drag and drop tools. They have they got security and premium hosting.
So good, not taking a breath, so I couldn't interrupt you with a dumb question.
That's the technique. Cybersprout.net, your partner for a digital world. Go over there if you're building a website. Our awards. The first one, guys, let's start it off with a classic. Best use of powers. Who had the best power and who used it the best? Mike.
They are this woman who looks like Madam Web younger, is their realtor at the Baxter building, who hates them instantly but still rents them the apartment.
The most New York person in the episode. Like,
Yeah.
she's constantly, I'm walking here.
She's walking here. She's Big, the boss in Big, when she's sexually harassing Tom Hanks. That's also who she looks like.
Robert.
She's still there, openly hates them, and Johnny, they have not signed lease yet, just starts grilling cheese in the living room with his powers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you're going to use your powers to make a delicious lunch, you're going to get this award.
Yeah. Where did he get the bread from? Don't know. The cheese, even more worrisome.
In his
But we don't care.
And
Obviously.
Sue's only issue, we make food in the kitchen.
Yeah. She just puts it over on the kitchen. Like, that's all she
Bread and the
does.
cheese are other people's powers. Like, the bread came off things, skin, and
Yeah.
Sue has a yeast infection. So that's how he got it all together.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that. No. I put the power of bench pressing a cameraman, but you guys are obviously right, because Ryan, yours is the same. You said that's absolutely it. Yeah.
100%.
You guys are right. And Mike, you said it first and you didn't say the nasty yeast comment, so you're gonna get 20 points while Ryan gets 10.
Wait, didn't we used to have an award called Yeast of the Week? Wasn't that?
Maybe you two did. I don't believe I was ever a part of Yeast of the Week. So let's go on to
Guess who
science.
every week? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
-10 for Mike. You guys are both at 10. How dare you?
Jesus.
Science rules. The coolest science thing or cheesiest science explanation. Mike, you're on timeout, so I'm starting with Ryan.
I mean, I don't know if this is in the full tradition of what the award is for, but I think because it's the first episode and defines the theme and is said over and over again, which is that's how you handle themes. You don't want subtext. You want over the top text. It's science exploration is dangerous. And so anytime thing is mad, Reed can just throw that on the ground.
Yeah.
Anytime Reed gets caught cheating with his mistress, science exploration is dangerous, okay?
Someone has to do it. All right, Mike, if you're out on good behavior, science rules.
Be such a good boy. Mine is also Reed, because I think this will always go to Reed. It's when before they become superheroes, it's in that flashback, and things like the cosmic rays could hurt us, and he's like, "Oh, the latest studies actually say cosmic rays could not hurt us. It's actually solar rays." He bores thing into being dangerous. Things like, "I don't give a shit. Shut up. I'll just fly this plane if you shut up right now."
I'll fucking play it. I don't care.
For life.
Yeah. I had when I think it's maybe the first line we get when they're in the ocean fighting. What was homie's name?
Namor.
Puppet Master?
Namor. He starts throwing fire things at him, and he's like, "Napalm burns underwater," and I was like, "Sure, I have to take your word for that. Absolutely."
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is science, and since that's the only actual science, and I need points, I'm gonna give myself 20. You know what? It's also science. Rays are, but I'm gonna go napalm because I've heard of it and I know it more.
Napalm. Heard of it?
Heard of it? You know it? Our next award, anger management, which means the dumbest thing the thing does. Mike, what do you got?
Before the thing even knows they all have powers. At this point, we only know Sue can turn invisible. Thing's getting angry, does not know he's the thing yet, thinks he's Ben Grimm, rips a tree out of the ground and tries to kill his best friend with a tree, not knowing his best friend also has a superpower. He wanted to murder me.
The most natural reaction, just throw a full tree at your friend.
That's what I wanted to ask. Like, I've not read the 1963 Fantastic Four, Ryan. Is the thing kind of Hulk-like in that he gets angry and fights harder? Because that's kind of what.
Oh no, his power is static, not dynamic. If that's what you're asking.
So they're full of shit.
Oh yes,
Good.
We're going to talk a lot, I think, over the next however long we're doing this. That this cartoon gets almost nothing right, but that's what makes us dorks. So
That's what makes you two dorks. I've never been a dork. Ryan, what's the dumbest thing the thing did?
I thought it was just anger management. Like it could be anybody getting angry, right?
True that. Sure.
So-
If you ignore the full explanation of an award that the board sends out,
Hey, if you don't fully read it, absolutely, bud.
I'm gonna rip out a tree right now.
What I have is when Sue gets angry at Reed for not going down on her, and she screams, "It's the yeast you could do."
You just wanted to bury yourself. You're just trying right now.
I actually have the thing threatening people for not buying the book. That was my actual.
God damn it, Ryan. See, now you put me in. You son of a bitch.
1,000 points. I love cockiness. Bold.
It is for sure him just like yelling at the audience, specifically when they hit 1.5 and he was like, "That's not good enough. Everybody take out a wallet right now and give me more money." Me personally.
Yeah, there are times where he forgets. At times he's like, "College is great. Everybody should give money." And other times he's just like, I'm not talking until I see bread. Like he keeps forgetting that it's for a charity and not directly to him and him only.
Yeah. And also, I don't fully know what he needs money for. I just I guess that expensive apartment. Yeah, obviously that's on me.
But no, Dick Clark says at one point every dollar given to a college student is a dollar worth giving. So,
And I have that tatted
Strength
on
is
me to
beauty,
remember
beauty
that.
is strength.
I also, so ours kind of is the same, but then you were I didn't fully like what you said at the beginning, Ryan. So
not fully, but a
not
little.
fully. And normally like when you match what I have, that's how you win big points. But
Excited to win.
I'm not gonna honor that, and I'm just gonna give myself 10 points.
Okay.
Like a good host, a fair good host here.
Regular dick.
Yeah. There it is. Thank you. Our next award. This is a kid show? Question mark. Mike, how is this a kid show?
It's gotta be the part that made me most ask, is this a kid show? Is Susie Q in lingerie chained to a chair?
It was crazy.
Wow.
Again, this is where I don't know if animators come in. Every once in a while, there's something so horny on the screen where I'm like, who cleared this? Who started this? And then who cleared this? And at some point, the animators were like, hey, let's put him in lingerie.
Yeah, they drew it. This is
Yeah.
not. This wasn't. There's no accidents in cartoons. I slipped and drew her in a nightie.
How else are the adults gonna watch this? Ryan, what do you got?
For this is a kid show, I have when Reed kisses Sue on the lips, and then Sue says, that's good on the West Coast. Now try the East Coast," and points down.
Isn't it crazy that he pre-wrote all of this knowing something?
Crazy.
would show up?
I don't know what's worse is that he could just
Crazy thing to say on a kid show.
And that, you know what? You're not wrong. That
Yeah,
would be
absolutely.
a crazy thing to say in a kid show.
only a messed up mind would come up with that. Um,
I have a honorable mention. It was the 90s was fucked up, but when the cosmic rays or solar rays or whatever they are going through, and before they get the powers, they're strapped in their seats, just twitching like crazy, and
Yeah.
that was horrifying.
Yeah.
yeah.
They also, I like, they're twitching. Johnny's on fire. Sue tries, she's trapped, and then we just jump right back to them all buckled in nicely as they're linked.
Yeah, everything's
Stewart
okay.
is a flight attendant on that plane.
For this is a kid's show, I have the whole intro to this and cliffhanger, like it being 2 episodes, like the whole aspect of this being for a telethon, specifically a Dick Clark telethon. Like, what kid is going to be like, I am
I don't know
about
what
this?
any of those things are. Dick Clark, telethon, college. Like, what are you talking about?
I couldn't care less about, like, those are the 3 things kids care about the least, I would say, right there. They combine them all into one to introduce this show, which is crazy. Ryan's still in the corner for bad behavior. Mike, remind me of what you said.
Sue and negligee
Make it about
That's
chained
good.
to a chair.
Yeah.
Yeast.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, somebody's just gonna get more points, and that's me. Okay, everyone's in bad behavior over here. I'm gonna give myself 10 more points. Our final award, if you guys say yeast, I'm gonna take away all your points. You know, right now. Our final one is forecast, which means which scene was most like a group of podcasters and less like superheroes. And I realize it's gonna have been a worse one to end on for you guys, but let's go to Ryan. What do you got?
All right. Mine is the aforementioned, because I podcast with you guys a lot and have to deal with a lot of bullshit, I'll say. Just frankly, bullshit from you two.
Mhm.
And so it was the moment that we were talking about where Reed just gently tells Ben no, so he gets up and walks away, just leaves the studio because they didn't get their way because they're not allowed to say yeast as many times. Oh, shit. They're not allowed to talk about vaginal problems as often as they would like.
Who would have
By the
known
way,
we got here? Mike, same one?
If we don't talk about it, the patriarchy wins, Cassie. That's what Ryan and I are saying. We're trying to be allies.
You guys are heroes.
Thank you. No, mine is imagine the three of us were being interviewed on a talk show or on another podcast, and anytime a question is asked, two of us are trying to just answer, and one angry asshole is getting in the way, screaming about how much he hates his friends.
Yeah.
Put
imagine.
yourself under the microscope there. I love
Well-
that.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see who it is. Yeah, I have the same one. It's having one person that you always got to tiptoe around because at any moment they'll explode.
What I do like is I do truly think we pass who the thing is around week to week.
Yeah, truly. We all share it, which is beautiful, I think. Mike, you matched me, and I don't believe you said yeast, so I'm so proud of you. You're gonna get 40 points. I'm so proud, dude. You did it. Which means our final count, Ryan, you have 10. Think about what you've done here today, okay? Mike, you have
Pretty good for
50.
how I have been.
Yeah, it's honestly,
Not bad.
I feel like somebody's gotten negative 1,000 for way less.
I couldn't do it for the first episode, you know?
Same.
Especially when we're trying to establish who is the thing. I can't be too mean to you guys yet, because I don't want that. So Ryan's 10, Mike, you got 50, and I have 20, 30, 40. Mike, you're the winner. You are the thing, I think is what that means. Enjoy it, cherish it. This season, this is where I would normally end it, but this season we are also covering the comic book. Ryan, can you intro the comic a little bit? Give the people a little background on which one we're covering?
Sure. So we're going to go to Ryan North's first issue of Fantastic Four. He's done now 2 Fantastic Four #1s, because that's the way that modern day comic books work, is that you just reboot over and over and over again. There was they kept the same author. There's no change in the story, but they just, at a certain point after like 25 issues, said, hey, new #1.
This will make people buy it.
They are very desperate, guys. It is an industry in collapse. But Ryan North took over for Dan Slott. Ryan North had made his name writing a character that nobody on this podcast or ever attached to this podcast, a character that any of us are attached to. Does anybody know who that is?
Squirrel Girl?
The
Squirrel Girl.
Max? Oh.
The comic about the restaurant the Saved by the Bell kids went to.
Uh-huh.
That was a good comic. Yeah, so Ryan North comes from Squirrel Girl to get Fantastic Four, which in comic book terms is quite a leveling up to go from a character that was obscure and he made everybody care about to a team that Marvel really always has wanted you to care about, but no one ever has. And I will say, Mike, I know that like you don't read as many regular like weekly issues anymore. But if you haven't over the last 10 years, like Marvel has been struggling. They are finally lost the king of the throne to DC. DC now sells more books. And as a full-time Marvel guy, I probably read maybe not more DC titles than Marvel at this point, but more than I ever have. Marvel's just really struggling. And this guy, the North Star, we will say, is like kind of the only quality. There's a couple of writers that I really like, but Ryan North, anything that he writes, I pick up. He wrote a Hulk book, automatic buy. He did start writing his first DC title, The Flash, a comic I've not read in forever, and I picked it up and it was great. So, you guys, without a ton of experience with Fantastic Four, I know that we should probably go to the Lee and Kirby, and that's like how Marvel started. But I was really stoked that we started doing this.
I think this was a good jumping point. I've fucked around with Dan Slott's run to a certain point and some of the Future Foundation, and that might be one and the same, actually.
No, Dan Slott came off an incredible run, handed it to North, and then before that was Hickman doing his crazy shit.
So that's, so I've done some Hickman, some Slott, and then, like as a kid, some Kirby, Lee, and then, when they show up in the big books with characters that matter.
Yeah, and like, it's felt my entire life. So like, I've had like 4 phases of reading comics regularly from being a kid to now, and I feel like my entire life it's been like this comic's always there, and it's like I guess it's important to you guys because they were the first, but they have never mattered more than I think right now.
Let's talk about this first issue, Cassie.
Wait, sorry. Before you jump in, people like us always do this. Ivan Coelho is the artist, and he is 50% of the book. It is a comic book. So this is North and Coelho.
It looks beautiful.
Yes. That's enough of art. Mike said it's beautiful. We all agree. Never talk about it again.
Cassie, what is this first issue? What's going down?
This first one, we start with The Thing and Alicia, and like coming off of this, what we just watched, and now we're taking a huge jump. They're just together, and they're on their own traveling like throughout the U.S. We get a brief reference to like them being separated from the rest of the team, Reed and all of them, and The Thing specifically is pretty mad at Reed. Reed has done something that's made everyone, I think even the world, mad. But they're traveling through this town, and there's going to be something a little weird happening in this town, and we get a little taste of that right off the bat, where it seems like they're in a little bit of a time loop, because we get like 3 pages like saying the same thing, basically, which I thought was a glitch in the version I had, but then I was like, oh.
I think everybody did. It's funny, because even if you're reading a paper floppy, which no one does, but if you are, you're like, is this a misprint? And then if you're reading, just a digital copy, but I started reading this on Marvel Unlimited, where I can do panel by panel. And I know there's a lot of knocks about panel by panel, where the whole panel fills your smart reader or something, I think it's called. But the way that North and Coelho do this, where a lot of the panels are identical except for one little change, smart reader is incredible. It works so well. And I think that is purposeful. I think they're like trying to be with the times or whatever.
Adapt. They're traveling, they check into this little motel in the middle of nowhere where nothing happens. Except for this is an exciting night for the guy who runs it, because The Thing checked in. And when I say an exciting night, it's something he is not down with. He calls a friend who, I guess he just wanted his friend to murder him.
Yeah, calls the town's drunk racist.
I know that he has a gun and a truck, and he's willing to use both of those things, so I'm going to call him. And then when he goes to use either one, he's like, Walt, what are you doing? I didn't call you to do the only 2 things you're capable of doing.
Walt drives his truck through the hotel, yes?
Yeah, he does. Well, he tries, and then it does this weird little thing.
Right.
Yeah. And then everything resets. They wake up in the morning. They're trying to check out. They're like, we have no record of you. I don't even know what you're talking about.
He's even more scared somehow.
Yeah. He's like, but you guys damaged the room, so it'll be $3 to check out. And they're like, oh my gosh. So they check out. They go to the town, and everything seems really old time.
12 more rooms, by the way. Yeah. He said that. I would just take a fucking golf club.
Just to really cherish it.
His stupid face.
When they go to the town, everything's all old timey, so they start trying to be like, they're like, what's up with this town? And then I think they witness another time loop. I think they go to like a diner or something. And then like they just realize like, oh, everyone here is stuck. So then they're spending their time trying to figure out what is causing this and how they could free this town from being in this loop.
What I love about this issue, which is I think 5 years old, is that the amount of racist people and the amount of like just infatuation with nostalgia doesn't really strike them as weird. They're like, oh, this is just a town that is full of Trump voters, and they're celebrating the 40s or something. You know, this happens everywhere.
Middle
so
America doesn't change.
yeah, so like it doesn't strike them as weird until halfway through the book.
What I can say is there's a moment, like the thing throughout this series is way calmer, way more of a rounded character already off the
Sort
bat.
of like who I described at the beginning of the episode and not what we saw in the cartoon.
Did make more sense.
Because
I will say, I love, Cassie mentioned, I do love the Thing and Alicia are kind of, the cartoon makes you want to care about them, or it makes moves to that's what it wants. And then being about this, like I liked seeing the beginning of their they meet and then here they're married. It made me, this comic is so good, it made me like that first episode more than I should.
Yeah, but it also shines a light on how, like, and I think Marvel's really good about this. DC has the OG original, like the prototypical female companion that doesn't have powers. But I think Marvel has more of them. Nobody's as good as Lois, but Marvel has more of them. If you watch the cartoon only, Alicia is a nonstop damsel. Like, let's just throw Blind on top of it, but she has no personality other than I'm in trouble constantly. And
part of her personality is she looks exactly like the woman that Thing should be in love with.
Has impeccable taste in 90s, if you ask her stepfather. But here we see what has happened to Alicia, which is her confidence when she got together with the Thing and they adopted 2 kids, which we can talk about in a second. But so they're a family now. And she considers herself as much a member of the team, rightfully so, than any of like the 4 main characters. And like how she helps and her confidence and her relationship with the Thing makes her like another one of my favorite characters. You would never get that from the cartoon.
Yeah. Never. And yeah, everyone has like moments where they make you care about them in this comic. Because we have a scene where like there's a kid playing in their truck, like the Thing's in Alicia's truck, and the kid gets scared about the Thing, and the Thing like just tries to pass him back his toy, and like obviously he's a monster as the kid's running away, which is like a sad moment, and the Thing is just like he takes it so well, and I was like, wow, this is a character we're doing it.
Because the Thing remembers what his stories were like from our 1960s. But what he's gotten used to is the Fantastic Four being so famous that everyone knows the Thing. No one's scared of the Thing anymore. And this kid who is from 1947 isn't there yet.
Yeah. While they're trying to figure out what's going on, I feel like we get some of the Ryan North humor of like them running into situations and like trying to figure out like trying different tactics to get people out of the loop. Specifically when they realize it's tied to one guy making a wish to do it all over because he got dumped and he's like, I wish I could go back and like make it right with her.
This part was sort of skated over, but apparently a nuke hit somewhere near them and gave him this one guy wishing power.
I couldn't tell you why.
I just
you just accept
why and how.
Yeah. Ryan North is the absolute king of taking the science and making it work. This was a Thing and Alicia's story. So let's just get through that real fast.
They try all these techniques and they eventually land on like just letting him heal. They basically do a therapy session with him and they're like, hey bud, like this happens with breakups, we grow from it, and it helps us find that one person. Beautiful, touching. We then see this guy have a beautiful life, get everything he ever
of Up in the back half of his comic.
But they get a whole beautiful life together. We see he gets married, they have kids, and there's grandkids, like he does everything. And it like the most touching ending is like he dies, they realize this time loop, they've done it, they're no longer in it, and he's like, I think that's like the most beautiful life you can live is to never wish for like anything else. And I was like, that's so beautiful. That's
the amount of pathos. Yeah, it's I fucking needed this book after this stupid cartoon.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like what art can be.
Yeah.
And that art exists in the world.
I really like the balance of doing these two. I think is going to be really good for the season. Like,
I don't know how we didn't have this. Like, think about how to have this tonic beforehand of like balancing our lives out. But yeah, I think it's a great showing if you guys haven't read North before about what he's capable of as far as like Mike was talking about with the pathos, and the science will come in. But I think it's really ballsy to start the Fantastic Four with them apart.
Yeah.
That's their
Yeah.
whole thing, is that they work together as like, oh, they argue and bicker, but they fight crime. But what we get out of that is this mystery, which you guys have only read this issue. I can tell you what the mystery is right now, and then you don't have to, even though we're tasked to read it, you don't have to read them to find out.
Cassie, do we want to find out, or do we want to let the book slowly unveil itself?
I would never tell you guys. I thought
Great.
you,
Perfect.
yeah,
Good.
there's no
Good.
fucking right choice.
That's how I
thought
want
was
it.
No.
Yeah, mine
You'll-
too. So I'm glad.
The only reason that I told you guys about the two kids is that did happen before this book came out. But there was a big galactic war, and they adopted, I think, a Kree and a Skrull
Hell yeah.
son and
Oh.
daughter.
Nice.
And so that's what made them a family.
It's I definitely recommend anybody jumping in on this. I just off of this one book. I don't know why I crashed
Say
there.
issue, you could say issue. Jeez Louise.
Woo. Everyone read it if you know how to read. Unlike me, go ahead and pick it up.
By
Reed
separating
Richards
them,
strikes again.
it's such a better, like, it's a good version of This Ain't Your Daddy's Fantastic Four. Normally, there'd be a bunch of spikes on them. But instead, we're going to separate them and get to know them as individuals. So when they're back together, we know why they meld.
Yeah, the reason that it is still, I totally agree, but the reason it is still is that, did you guys have a letters page in whatever edition that you read?
Yeah, I didn't read it.
Okay. Well, it's written by Ryan North, because there's no letters yet. It's issue 1. And he says when he was tasked for this, he sat down and wrote 4 things. And this is, I think, important for everybody here, especially if you're wondering why we would do this, watch the show, read this comic, or care about these characters. The 4 things he wrote down are: the Fantastic Four are fun, the Fantastic Four are adventurers, the Fantastic Four can do anything, and the Fantastic Four are accessible. And I think that there's so many people who take over legacy characters who just don't stop and do that.
Yeah.
That thing
Yeah.
of like, what do I keep? And I know I have to keep, and then the rest is mine. And those, to me, like, that's it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. All right, guys, we talked about it all. That is it for this show. If you haven't, please subscribe or follow wherever you get your podcasts. You can catch every episode over on YouTube. We're at popfilter.co. We're also over on
No dot.
No dot.
No dot.
That's crazy.
I know. But I should just add a dot at this point.
No, I've now fixed my notes, and except for next week, I'll have it right after that, hopefully. That's going to be at popfilterco on YouTube and at popfilterco on Instagram. Look at that, guys. It's going to be so easy to follow us because it's all the same. Can you believe it? Except for our website.
Can we tell her that she's in a time loop, and we've had this fucking conversation so many times?
Can't.
Crazy that there was a nuke that landed near Cassie, and her wish is to get this wrong every week. Like,
It's the most beautiful life I could picture.
and the whole montage, each panel is you getting it wrong for 40 years.
Everyone just getting more and more mad. There's no dot. Except on the website, popfilter.co. That's where the dot is, you guys. We have another show on the network. It's called Movie of the Year. Ryan, please tell the people what's happening over there.
Oh my goodness. If you tune in right now, if you go to subscribe, you will hear what everybody wants to hear when they first subscribe to something. The finale of a gigantic thing we've been doing for months. Years? It's close to a year. Where we have tried to figure out the single greatest movie of 1971. I would maybe find us and then go back to like September, start there with the 1971 season.
Yeah.
Or get prepared for our new season, which you don't even know about.
Subscribe, download, delete the next 3, and then jump in.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a
For your
very
tips.
handsome guy is taking over the show.
Wonder who that could be.
Okay, so you're gonna you want people to throw 71 in the trash because you didn't host?
No, I'm just saying if you don't want to scroll back.
Oh, do you really think our audiences want to hear about the movies of 1971 when they were probably 18 years old and loving movies?
Loving them.
Love her geriatric fans.
How many times in the year 1971 did people say, and I quote, "I'm 18 and I love movies"?
Quite a bit.
Probably quite a
So,
bit.
in one of her movies, I'm not going to say which one, the characters say that.
You'll have to listen.
Your show.
It's
Oh, no, you don't. You don't. They'll tell you right now.
What? No, we want people to listen. If people don't know or want to know about 1971,
Cassie was just like, they said they were not going to tell you, but they're about to harmonize the movie's title in 3, 2, 1.
We got an email. It's popfilterco@gmail.com. Send us your emails if you're watching or reading along with us and you want to join in. Yeah. Send us your emails over there. We'd love to chat with you all. That's it for this week.
If you were, sorry, Cassie, but if you were watching with us and you have your own nominees for awards, it's very, you send those in. It's very possible that you will get more points than me or Mike.
Oh, 1,000%. Unless you try to out East Ride. If you try to go eastbound and down.
Is that the Survivor title?
Yep.
Outlive, outwork, out.
Yes. Okay.
Some say Johnny Fairplay is the biggest villain Survivor I've ever seen, but real ones know it's Yeast.
The more you know.
That is it for this week. Next week, we'll be talking about episode 2 and issue 2. So be sure to catch that. That's it, though. For Mike, I'm Ryan. For Anna, Mike, for me, I'm me. Bye, everyone.